rock so much, guys. Always sponsored by North Spokane Apothecary. Use that promo code SPREADEAGLE to get 20% off. And they ship anywhere in the U.S. for any of your CBD needs. But today, I have Jason Olsen with me. What's up, bro?
What's up, brother? How are you?
So Jason is the owner of Yousta Storytellers Club.
Yes, sir.
You wanted to, show off some of this new product.
Oh yeah,
I liked it. Like I wanted to get into this. Like you put it over here.
Yeah, totally. I figured, hey man, good chance to always be plugging your stuff. Forge frames the hustle. So these are a few new board designs I got. Each one has a little bit of a story to it. So maybe we get into that one.
So no, that's the most important story, right?
Story?
Yeah.
Right.
Real quick.
We'll just hop right into this about Chris Weddle. Chris is a skateboarding icon, grew up in Southern California, and he was one of the first guys to come up and grab his board, formerly called Mute, but now they're calling it the Weddle Grab. Come up and grab right here, and he's a deaf skateboarder, but not a mute skateboarder. And at the time, the skateboarding community just coined that grab, the mute grab. Which you think about, it's kind of messed up, you know what I mean?
Like at the time,
yeah, I get it. At the time, different trip, I totally understand that, but
why not go back?
Yeah, I've known him for a super long time, but the whole time I have known him, with social media and stuff and watching him on there, he's always just really been very verbal about the fact that he was bummed on that. He's just how fucked up it is that that the grab that he invented, his contribution, his his legendary status, that got coined something that's kind of a derogatory term,
Well, at least to him.
Yeah, at least to him.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like he didn't enjoy it, and he did it. He invented it, so
Yeah.
he should get to name it.
So I think one thing that's really important to kind of add that made the story super sweet and super cool was Tony Hawk reached out to Chris. Chris lives down here in Kenny, Idaho, about wanting to change the name of that grab on his new video game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater Remastered.
The 1 and 2 remaster.
Yeah, which I guess it's good.
It's fun. It's fun. Only if you have friends around. I beat it, and I was like, that's why.
It's not a no friendo thing.
Yeah, it's like play with your friends.
Yeah,
like
right.
you cannot. It's like pass the sticks between friends game.
Yeah.
I remembered why I like skate a lot more.
Yeah. All right. But yeah. So what was really cool is he put out he contacted Chris, and they did a video chat kind of thing together, and let him know he was going to do that. And shortly after, he contacted Yousta Storytellers Club about a photo of him. And, we didn't have that photo, so we went out and got that photo, sent it to Tony Hawk. So, of course, me being a longtime skateboarder, and doesn't really get much bigger, better, badder than Tony fucking Hawk. So, say what you will. Hater dude out there going, fuck that guy, but you're wrong. Dude, the end. No. But so with that said, he did a post about it, and it really blew up like wildfire, man. That guy's pretty substantial, I hate the term, but influencer out there, and gave Chris his due, and as far as us being a sponsor of him, I was like, of course, man, I want to do a tribute board, to ride this wave of, what's happening here. So we came up with this board. And this board is super limited. Probably when this comes out, you're not going to be able to get one, but you can buy a shirt at youstabrand.com, but you probably won't be able to get a board. So look what you can't have.
Oh, God, now you're past.
But I'll kind of go to the graphic a little bit. So this graphic in the background right here is the skate park that Chris originally did the Weddle at. And then we got obviously this right here telling the story of, that's the death of the mute grab.
Because it doesn't exist. It's a Weddle grab. It's you can do a backflip weddle grab in Tony Hawk though.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a backflip weddle grab. Like I made sure to make Marty.
Did you see him play it?
Yeah, I was like, Marty, watch.
That's so sick. That's so sick. So that's the story with this board, you know. I mean, we love Chris, you know, and I pretty much when I started Yousta, I brought him on right away. I was like, hey man, like, just send him stuff, and you know, ask them to have this really heavy criteria for him as a writer. It was more of a thank you for your service kind of situation because that dude's he's a fucking icon, and there's only so many ways you can grab onto your board, and if he gets one of those in the skateboarding world, that's kind of a big deal.
Well, yeah,
I think.
So no, I would totally agree. Like I would not like want it to be the trick I invented to be like named after my disability.
Yeah, or
like, I don't think anybody would want to do that.
Like a racial term, or like some weird, I don't know,
You did the Asian grab.
Yeah.
Like you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that, man. If that's derogatory to you, you know what I mean?
No, I kept.
If I did a grab and called it a honky grab, I'm probably alright with that.
You would probably laugh.
At least I got a grab. You can go wherever you want.
No, good for Chris Weddle. What's this one, real quick?
This one doesn't really have a super deep story to it, but I've got a good buddy of mine, Chris Edmondson. He owns Jackalope Tattoo, and I've known him for like 20 some odd years. He started out as a skate park rat down the Coeur d'Alene Skate Park, went on. He's always a great, talented artist, and it looks like he should have some deep story to it, right? And probably if you talk to Chris, he's really artistic, and he probably has a deep story for it, but I really don't. It's basically when I was getting my tattoos from him, in between one day, punch in the face and, cussing under my breath of how much I hated this, I seen this on the wall, and I asked if I could turn it into a skateboard, and that's, I always thought it was a really, really cool graphic, and I came out with this board like maybe three and a half years ago when I was doing the Coeur d'Alene Skate Park fundraising to try to get that new part, which is something we should talk about as well. I did a CDA skate park artist series, and this was the first one. I thought, oh man, these kids are gonna be hyped, and everybody's gonna be stoked. I'm looking at it, oh, this is fucking sick. And I went down to the skate park, and I sold a few, but basically people were kind of like, yeah, that's cool, because it was when the doodle era of art, like skateboard art.
When Welcome started?
When just shitty, like this is called, it's just shitty fucking art that's drawn by a dude with on his left hand when he's right-handed, and some shit in his eye. It just doesn't look that cool. What I mean? There's not an artistic quality to it.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
And not just, maybe it sounds a little prudy or whatever, but
it sounds like old man's Manny a little bit, just a little like that.
It
sounded a little old man.
So this board was before its time. Like, we didn't have a lot of success with this one. Like, people are definitely hyped on this board. So you should buy one for your family, maybe for your grandma.
I think that would be a perfect Christmas present for grandma.
Yeah?
Yes.
This would be a perfect one for your grandma?
Oh yeah. You know why? Because she's in the ground.
Oh, nice. Well, she's where my grandma is then. Yeah, so maybe it's this darker dead grandma thing. You just put it on. It goes there with an urn. What our legs doing. And then these ones real quick. These are kind of our stock boards that we do. I just do different colorways.
It's a simple design.
Well,
it's
they're
nice.
just simple, you know what I mean? Like, just straightforward. It's just branding at its finest. Boom, here it is. And it looks super sick when people are riding it. You got a big old front side air coming up in the bowl. Pew! It's these are just our basic stock boards that are always good and fun for kids. Not grandmas. Not grandmas.
No. That's how they break hips.
That's true, yeah. But they're really good for kids, like scooter kids that are thinking about doing something cooler. Perfect for them.
Well, you talked a lot about like the first two boards and how they're, you help people out with them, and that's one of the things that I really like about you personally, Jason. And but I'm not gonna let you get by without answering the first guest question.
Oh, okay.
What makes Jason Olsen Jason Olsen?
Well, you know,
we kind of touched on it,
you
but
know, I kind of, you know, when you ask that question, I don't know if you've ever seen The Jerk. You seen The Jerk? No.
Maybe, but
So basically, that show, in a nutshell, is Nathan Johnson. If you haven't seen that out there in internet land, definitely check out The Jerk. I have felt more like Nathan Johnson throughout my life than I've ever felt like any other person. So if you want to see what makes Jason Olsen, I would say reference The Jerk, and then add a skateboard underneath him, and maybe, you know, higher level of intelligence.
so I'm with you on a little bit. Everybody tries to skirt this question.
Bam, did I hit it? No, I hit it.
You kind of skirted it.
Did I?
Yeah, dude. Marty tried too. Don't worry. Did you not? You tried to skirt this.
It's such a weird question, dude. Come on.
I know it is.
What makes Jason Olsen Jason Olsen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one. It's like a psychology question or something. Well, you know, I mean, if you kind of, you know, I mean, first and foremost, you know, I'm a dad, and you know, I've been married to my wife for 20 some odd years, so that's like the most important thing, you know, that really kind of helps define my character and go, hey man, who is this guy? That's really the base of who I am.
You're stand-up dude. You give the shirt off your back for somebody.
Well, I give the shit off your back to somebody.
Okay.
But I prefer to sell you a shirt first.
I would prefer to like sell shirts.
Yeah, PayPal. I mean, we do Venmo. You know, I mean, whatever.
Okay, so stand-up guy. I think that's kind of what you're saying. Like,
I guess. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what, like I said, it's
loyal. Like, I mean, how
well,
many
I
years?
say definitely loyal, definitely committed. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing I definitely, you know, I look. I try to stay very committed to things that I'm into and committed to the people that I work with and the people that are part of my life. You know, and you know, I mean, I've skateboarded. You know, 47 years old, dude. I still skateboard twice a week. Now that Sam's here, and I've skateboarded since I was 8 years old, dude.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think I'm a pretty committed guy to shit. Not wishy-washy with stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm very, when I get into something, I try to make sure that it's like,
If I'm in it, I'm in it.
yeah, I don't want to try it out for a week.
Yeah,
See how it feels. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So I think that probably played a lot into starting your whole brand. How did that start?
Yeah.
Like that's like I really want to how did Yousta start,
How
man?
did shit happen? The name was derived from it was made up by Opie Baker. He's the one that came up with it. We were driving. The first time I remember it is we were driving. We were down in southern Idaho going to some skate parks. We went down there to give a presentation of why the state should correlate a bunch of money for skate parks, and the guy that was speaking really shit the bed on it, so that didn't happen, but it ended up happening anyway. We were just driving and we were just joking around about being old and skateboarders, and go, yeah, man, we used to skateboard, and kind of just ran with that, you know, and that's where it really started out with Yousta, and really,
It's a great catch. Like I
think so.
I don't even use it just for skateboarding.
Yeah, it's a pretty big term, dude, for sure. I think all the way across the board, I think it's fun, and there's a sarcasm that definitely is hugely infused in it. That's something I think is part of what we do anyway, is a bit of sarcasm about what's going on, you know, like, you ain't getting out alive, dude, so you better relax a little bit.
Just a little bit, like the world's not gonna burn that quick.
Yeah, and if it is, you better enjoy the flame. You know, so a little sarcasm goes a long way. But then the Storytellers Club is, you know, I like that. I didn't want to call it Yousta Skateboards because, you know, if you just look everywhere, dude, there's just so many XYZ name skateboards out there.
I will say the Storytellers Club part. It gives you openness to do whatever you want as a company.
Correct. Yeah.
But definitely a lot of people are like, wait, that's a skateboard company?
Yeah.
You guys are my homies, and I'm always
Yeah.
talking
I
you up.
I see it, and I appreciate you doing it. I see you doing it.
Yeah, but people are like, what's this?
Yeah. What's the storytelling stuff?
Yeah. So a little open-endedness, I like it.
Yeah. Well, I like that too. You know, and the fact that it has expandability to do other things that it used to.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So then, after you came up with the name, how did you just did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my background. My background's in marketing. I run a marketing firm, and I've done that for 20 years. Worked at ad agencies, and worked at the casino. Done my own thing. Have my own ad agencies, run magazines, worked on movies. I've done a bunch of different multimedia style shit. So by doing that, and also having a marketing background, I pretty much just added it as a new client. Like the shit that I'm doing, I just do. Now I'm doing it for this thing.
Okay.
I have clients that I represent now, and grow their brand, and do their branding, and do their marketing, and run their social media, and make their videos, and do all their shit. So I started doing it for this as a natural progression,
That makes sense.
I wasn't like this big move, I was like, oh yeah, guys.
Took all your life savings.
All in. No.
You were just like, I figured out how to make this all work.
Yeah. And then just keeping it high fun, dude. That's one thing that I'm always pushing. All you out there in internet land, if you think you're going to start a skateboard company and make $1 million, you're not. Fucking period. You're not. This is all about love, dude. I love skateboarding. I love the skateboarding. The people that I've met through skateboarding, the activity of doing it, the culture of it, everything about it is pretty. That's my jam, that's my shit, and that's why that I'm doing this. But then it turned into we're doing this. Marty's just as much part of it. As everybody on the team is much part of it. We got this whole this whole Sacramento region down here. My boy fucking Jake's part owner of it. He lives in Sacramento. This thing is becoming bigger. Yeah, and the whole deal is, and I think a big part of that is it's people are just excited about it being authentic, being not being this just being high fun, low stress, dude. That's
High fun, low stress.
That's the whole fucking get down. You know what I mean?
Well, that's something that I noticed even in skateboard companies of late. It's a lot of pretty shit. You're worried about what you look like, and and that's what I like about Yousta is it's what I grew up how I grew up skateboarding. Oh, you ripped your pants? Cool, you're wearing them tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Where it's more about the. I think a lot of it's more keeping it really focused on skateboarding and again on fun. You know what I mean? Trying to be something that you think your audience wants to be.
When did skateboarding become that?
Yeah, I don't know.
My audience just wanted to see me jump off the biggest shit.
Yeah. Well,
but
you think about the prime demographic. But then when people do business, they think about, okay, is this profitable? That's what they think about. And if you're thinking about, hey, I'm going to do a skateboard company, and it says I'm going to make this profitable, well, who is the biggest consumer of fucking skateboards, man? Young kids, you know what I mean? 13 to 20-ish, and then you get into that little 20 to 30 range, and if those guys are still skating, they're usually pretty good, or they're partied out, or a mix of both,
I'll take a hand raise of that.
Yeah, me too.
I'll take the both. I'll take the tour.
Me too, dude. I feel you. I was there during that age bracket, totally there, get it, And that age bracket, they don't, it seems like they're not really, really hyper tripping on the brands, and they're more into writing, and they're more into the lifestyle, just being that, that's who they identify with.
It's almost like, hey, I get to get away from the kids like twice a week.
Correct. Yeah.
Like that's all I'm here for.
Yeah. It becomes something different, but that's that becomes like a minority demographic within skateboarding. So I think to answer your question, while skateboarding got so goofy and like there's cat buttholes on sweatshirts and like Virginity Rocks T-shirts and this kind of stuff, where I'm like, what?
I was skateboarding.
Whoa, man! I'm thinking like, dude, like shit. When I was a kid, if I was a fucking teenager and I wore a Virginity Rocks T-shirt, man, my homeboys would kick my ass, man. You know what I mean? But hey, whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever's cool. They're pushing merch. I think that's what it comes down to. They're pushing merch, and that's what it is. So within that level of trying to turn onto an audience and trying to push merch and push product, that authenticity and integrity, I think those two things begin to disintegrate a little bit. You know what I mean? Going, oh shit, what are the kids into nowadays, Jim? They're at the meeting, and the XYZ skateboard warehouse. What are they gonna buy? I thought the cat buttholes, man, they're really hot right now.
Yo, we should
on the internet, you see how many lights they had on here on those cat buttholes? Go on, we need to make some graphics.
I bet you if we colored our trucks diamond, people would buy more.
Yeah, I mean, and
it worked. It worked.
I know we're kind of like bagging on it, but it's like that's what it is, dude. Like that's business. You know what I mean? That's fucking business, man. But I think with this stuff, we're kind of taking this route of going, hey, man, this is like our perspective of skateboarding, and I think that's where we're having fun with it, and we're getting people that are really behind it and really digging it. Is the fact that we're going, hey, man, we're just trying to have fun. We're not trying to follow a trend. We're not trying to set a fucking trend, because there's that whole other end of shit going, oh, I don't know what fucking trends are.
Well, I mean, you might be setting the trend without knowing you're setting the trend.
Well, then that's good. Yeah, because it would be a real buzz fucking killer, you know what I mean?
No, you're setting the old man trend.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, I like the fact that seeing like guys in their 30s and 40s and stuff getting out there and rolling, and there's a whole crew out there out in internet land that are fucking awesome, man. These guys going, yeah, dude, like this dude's like a working dad, and he used to have a sick ass tray flip, and he bought a new, crow board, dude, and he tagged me in some tray flip he did in his garage on Sunday. It's like, that shit's sick. That shit's sick. It's rad, dude. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that shit is the cool shit. And that's authenticity. I think it's authentic, and that's kind of micro demographics.
What I will say, definitely, I like your font. That's something that pops to me. Like the font is like prime.
That's good, thanks.
Like it's prime font.
I picked it out myself.
Did you just scroll?
I just spun it, man. Not chilling. Yep, that's it. No
but your guys' colorways are awesome as well. Like you guys got a nice color. Marty, show everybody this jacket that you got.
And Marty's gonna come model the jacket.
Dude, no, seriously, come over here.
Internet sensation with this.
Yeah, everybody can see Marty. You got the still stoking in the back.
That's right, dude. Yeah.
Green and blue.
Yeah.
This is my jacket, right?
Oh, you guys don't make these?
This is for sale.
What?
But you could probably buy this jacket just to let you know.
Well, now we're going. No, what?
That's right.
No, we definitely could.
What? Now I'm mad that you guys aren't making. I was like about to ask how much it would cost.
$500.
Dude, you guys need to make
Let's
those.
go 500.
Let's go It's $500 unless you want it washed. If you want it to smell like Marty, that's extra.
I feel so silly now. Dude, you
Well,
guys
maybe-
should.
all right,
You
well,
guys
then-
should, seriously, that's a nice look.
How much do we get those jackets for? Let's source them. We'll talk about it afterwards. We'll source them, and maybe we'll have them.
Dude,
So the next one, so the next one when we do another one of these, we'll all just be wearing those jackets.
Yes.
Or we'll get you one that you can just wear all the time. We'll just say May.
No, Yousta.
You'll say Yousta, and then it'll say May.
Yeah, no, make it kind of like a Sons of Anarchy thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go, biker game.
Skateboard game.
Yeah, skateboard game, daggers and shit.
No, I do think that you guys have like great colorways though. Like I thought the hat and the coat they went together.
Yeah,
I thought that you guys were doing that colorway.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, these are definitely for sale.
No, the hat is no good. But I thought it was like a combo thing. I don't. It should be. You guys are welcome. You guys are welcome.
There you go. No, I appreciate the colorways. Yeah.
Dude, that's the perfect Ninja Turtle green. Like that's what I always get off on.
We're kind of going for like a Heineken / heavy cannabis. Like more of a hybrid cannabis color.
So,
and John is kind of tan. Why is it so jaundicey? You got anything more jaundice?
So, I want to ask you guys, what's the weirdest skateboard product that you've ever seen? Like since we were talking about that, like, what's the weirdest thing that you were just like, what the? And
Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't even know.
Marty, you got one?
There's a lot. A weird skateboard product.
How about those the trucks that were roller trucks?
Oh, Z-rollers, man.
Z-rollers. That's what
Oh,
it's
like
called.
the
Yeah, the fucking Z-rollers.
Was it like?
The axle had like a rolling pin on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like a pipe around the axle itself, so it would spin.
And they would always break because there's some janky ass technology in there. But yeah, Z-roll, and they were heavy and like make noise.
I've never seen those. I thought you were talking about did you remember those boards that had like 6 wheels on each side?
Yeah.
And like, it was like,
Those are weird.
those are weird. You want to know but the weirdest thing I've ever seen? When Crux made velvet trucks.
That's that right there. That sounds like the meeting I was talking about.
Yeah, no, that's
Where
why.
are the kids into nowadays? They like soft shit.
You know, like velvet covered trucks. Like, what?
I love it, dude. I bought a pair. I didn't know. You know what was a super rad thing that they had in the 90s? They had the whole, when World Industries was bumping off, which was the fucking golden era of skateboard graphics.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, because Rocco just didn't give a shit, dude. Like, he's just the man. But they put out a board that was velvet like that, and it was this girl, it was a photography fucking deal. It was a girl spread her deal. And it was like,
Oh, was that like hookups?
No, it was a straight up World Mysteries for it, but it was wow. Then they had a board that came with, or you could get that during that series where it was a smoking guy, and it came with a cigarette and some matches. Yeah, these dudes were fucking out.
They were just like, screw it.
I'm like,
hey, let's do it.
These boards that you sell, like, did you just buy like a carton of smokes, and you're like, hey, how many cartons, how many fucking cigs?
No, like some dudes on the press line, or like the vacuum seal line or whatever. He's just like, hey man, I lost my cigarettes. I don't know where they went.
and one went out, and they're like, I don't know what it is, but we're selling lots of boards to that skate shop. Oh, I think that's where I lost my smokes. Just start selling my smokes. Fuck it. 10 cents a smoke, we got the price.
I think, so, since we talked about a weird thing, what's actually one of the cooler innovations recently? Because one of the ones that I really liked that went away was the bottoms that were waved. Like the middle that
We
was,
still have it.
I like that. I don't see it very
Like the
much.
printing process on the board, it kind of has like some
No, Flip did like actual waves on their bottom layer.
Huh.
And so it was supposed to be like a snowboard thing where like multiple points so you didn't stick on your board slides.
Huh.
So like the middle of the board was all like wavy, like literally ended.
I haven't even heard about that. That's crazy.
It was like,
Early 2000s?
Yeah, like 2004,
Yeah,
2005.
When you said flip boards, I remember exactly what you're talking about. It's a little less surface area to slide on, so it's slide fast.
Yeah, so it'd slide a lot better, and you wouldn't get caught up. But I miss that. But what is there any, like, I know like
You
the
know, one
rails
thing
are coming back.
I really like that, you know, it's like the skateboard technology, whatever it was, those boost motorized skateboards. Like those are fucking.
The longboards.
Well, they made longboards and they made shortboards too, and those are fucking sick, dude, because they had like the little thing on it, and dude, yeah, they just look hella fun. I seen Andy McDonald when I was down in San Diego skating a pool on one of those, on a motorized board.
That's kind of cool.
You know,
That's kind of fucking cool.
yeah. So I'm thinking, like, dude, so is that, you know, let's talk about that for a second, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
like talk about like motorized skateboards pushing the envelope of extreme skateboarding.
Like, so you can do the natural pump thing, but like when you get to the flat, you're just like,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah, you went from 6 foot high air to like straight up 12 foot high air.
People are gonna die.
Well, that's why you have to have some other innovation. And you're like, okay, you can get that high, like, and you're not gonna make it. What's gonna save you? There's a harness. Is there some kind of?
Well, now you're taking the fun out of the whole thing too. Because if we start doing that, everybody's gonna want to start skateboarding. If you make it safe, everybody will want to skate.
Then we'd be selling too many jackets, Marty. We don't want to do that.
No. See, this is the thing where I don't want everybody skateboarding.
Yeah,
because like there's something special in skateboarding.
You're right.
But and if everybody started skating, then it wouldn't be special.
Yeah, that's true.
And like it takes a certain type of person to like, oh, it's gonna be fun if I land.
Yeah, it's a, you know, and there's a lot of battling, dude. I mean, you know, I see, you know, I do it. I see guys here twice a week, man. It's like this battling with yourself and your psyche and just trying to get, you know, trying to capture that magic. You know what I mean? Like it is. It's flow state, dude. That's totally what skateboarding is. I think it's like art. It's like music.
There's something
you know,
arty about skateboarding.
Yeah, it's flow
sure.
state. If you could get into flow state where it's just happening, then that's
The zone.
Yeah, we were talking about it. We talked about it a few times with guys that are, you know, not real thinkers or doers.
Yeah.
Are usually six fucking skating.
Yeah.
Well, this cool, yeah. Like fucking whoa.
I do, dude. I think, dude, if they make the electric skateboard like doable though, that's the next like electric vert, electric vert in the X Games.
You've seen Vert, but have you seen Electric Vert?
Yeah.
Brought to you by Yousta Storytellers Club Electric.
Now we sound like Jim from the board meeting. What can we sell to these kids?
We'll build it all in Velvet Wrap, all in Velvet with the
Killer ass. We'll just call the brand Cat Hole.
What should we call it? Cat.
Cat Hole, of course. Come on, look at how many likes he's got on Instagram. That cat's asshole.
No, I've ridden one of the longboard ones though, and like I went, dude, you gotta get used to it because like it'll just take you like a certain direction.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to go that direction, you're like,
Yeah.
whoa. But I also do like the fiber tips or the reels do.
Fiberglass?
It's not fiberglass. It's carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber, yeah. Carbon fiber.
They're just doing the tips or one layer or something,
Yeah.
and I kind of like that because the worst thing in like getting a new board is always the chip. Just, like the board just like runs off and it chips, and it's just like kind of want a new one now.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
But
no, that stuff is cool, man. You know, I like that.
so I gotta ask, what was it like meeting? What was it like to meet Tony Hawk?
Well, I just talked to him on Messenger.
Yeah.
I didn't meet him in person.
You haven't met, but he just saw what you were doing, basically. How'd that go down?
Oh yeah, he's seen that I was Chris's main sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah. And then contacted me about a photo of him because he wanted to make that announcement about his game. But we just messaged.
Okay, that's cool. No, I mean, still, I mean,
No, he's super nice, man.
if any legend recognizes you.
That's what I thought, dude. You know, I mean, out here in this, quagmire of a million skateboard brands, for him to just, even know what ours is cool. You know?
Like, even like existent acknowledgement of the existence is dope.
Yeah, I think so, But yeah, I mean, he's super nice and whatever,
So, what's is that the coolest thing that you've ever gotten from like doing this? Like experience-wise, like what would you say would be like your best experience from running a skate company?
Well, I think there's a lot of good experiences, but one that was particularly fun was when we launched Yousta. Me and Opie flew down to San Diego to be to vend at this deal called Clash of Claremont, and it's a big cancer fundraiser deal, which was super rad. And they had like this village where you set up like booths and stuff. So we set up our booth, and it was like industry and legends everywhere, like name them, all
Yeah.
big money, So we set up our booth, we got our shit all cool, man, Yousta, people really, engaged with the brand and thought it was cool and stuff. And then there was a booth next to us. There was just nothing there, and the Vans guys pulled up, and Steve Van Doren was with them. And he sets up his shit right next to us, right? And
That's probably a good thing for you, right?
Well, that was a nice omen, I mean, it was like, oh, this is cool, it's like me and my homies here, like we're literally literally the smallest potatoes
Yeah.
over here, and we're next to like literally
The
biggest
pumpkin.
potato. Yeah, the pumpkin.
You want potato? That's a pumpkin.
I'm probably giving you more money than I will make in the next 5 years over the course of my skateboarding life. Like,
Wow, So I'm stoked, I'm sitting there and obviously it's fans, so they're just like giving out buttloads of shit. Like people just walk in, they walk in the gate, and then they just go right over to the band still, and they're like, here's a shirt, here's a hat, here's a thing, here's something. And like all of a sudden these people just go in this lemming mode where they're just like, oh, this is Halloween. And they come over to our booth and we're all, hey, shirt's $20.
Wait, you're not gonna give me this?
yeah, like giving out stickers and all shit.
No, I didn't think about that.
I knew and they tell me, dude, like I can't just give out all my shit because Steve Van Doren is like that's crazy, right?
I immediately would have packed up and moved my booth after that.
Well, I wanted to, but I'm like, dude, we can't do it, And like, oh, we got a picture with him, told me he was rad, whatever, kind of built the skirt, he was super stoked.
But that's what we did. This is kind of a cool thing too. So that was a cool experience. Another cool experience is when we're at that deal was what the fuck is his name, dude?
Oh, brain farts suck.
I know. What the hell is his name, dude? He's the master of disaster, Dwayne Peters. So Dwayne Peters,
And for all the laymen,
is a total legend. Like he's like super mega icon skateboarder guy. Invented the frontside disaster, backside disaster, sweeper, total gnarler. Like was like the hot shit when Tony Hawk was just a kid.
I didn't know that either.
Punk rock singer, like he's just a badass dude, right?
Yeah.
And you tell him I'm a fan now, but before this incident I'm about ready to tell you happened, I was like, fuck this guy, man. This guy seems like a junkie dude, like whatever, tattooed up so much, like literally, the whole thing, you know what I mean? So he comes in, he's got a cane, so he broke off, and he's got this super, questionable girlfriend who's kind of doing this thing, and he's got a buddy with him. His buddy goes, Dwayne, bro, we gotta go check out these guys. I follow them on Instagram, they're badass. Yousta Storytellers Club, and I'm all, fuck yeah, you do, random dude, And Dwayne comes over and he's like, oh, what the hell it is, he's smoking. So he's smoking all over our shit, right? We got all our stuff out here looking nice, and he's smoking all over our stuff. And I'm going, holy fucking Dwayne Peters, like smoking all over my merch, man. Like, come on. I'm thinking like, this is kind of fucked up, but I don't really know what to say. I'm just gonna, which I should have said some action, whatever. Super nice. Oh, man, I really dig it, man. Really cool. Yeah, I'm really dig around. And he's what's your guys' names? I'm all, yeah, what's up, man? My name's Jason. Jake. Name's Dwayne. How are you? Right on, what's your name, Jake? How do you do? Like, just totally cleaned up for that whole introduction section. And then after he's done, he's all, we're gonna head on out here. You know, he laughed, dude. I was just all,
What the fuck just happened?
like, what just happened? And how did I become a Dwayne Peters fan? Like, this dude is degenerate article. He gives 0 fucks, dude. Like, I was
He
even
smoked
mad.
all over
I
your
was
merch.
not mad about the smoking all over my shit. I kind of felt like it was maybe this, like, punk rock cleansing of my shit. You know? It was like, you're fucking rad, dude.
Dude, that would mess with me. That would be like, dude, seriously, just like the straighten up part, like the introductions.
Yeah, well,
It'd be like Marty coming over to my place, taking off his legs, and he had legs. It'd be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck
Yeah, like
is
faking
going
it.
on?
Yeah, like he was kind of faking it or something. I know, it was super weird. And to add to that too, so the things you got to put together in the story that's really is funny about this and weird is the fact that he came in to a cancer fundraiser.
You didn't say it was a cancer fundraiser. Oh, did I miss that?
He came into a cancer fundraiser and was the only guy smoking cigarettes, and nobody said shit.
Do you think it was out of fear or out of the fact he had a cane?
It was the fact that he was Dwayne Peters, dude. Like, because he's a fucking, and in that circle, in that group of people there, like, hey man, like, literally everybody there that skateboarded for any amount of time has done his tricks. You know what I mean?
So
there was a level of respect that happened for the elder.
It's like a mob thing.
A little bit.
A little bit like he was a made man.
Yeah, he's definitely a made man.
Was he like Joe Pesci walking around where it's just like,
A little bit, yeah. Maybe with more neck tattoos.
a lot more neck
Yeah,
tattoos.
maybe more like, pressed on like leather patches on a jacket or something, I don't know.
A little taller maybe.
Came down, he was smoking in a cancer fundraiser. It was
That's the most punk rock thing you could ever
Well,
do.
dude, and it was like punk rock without trying to be punk rock. Like, that dude was not trying, like, he's a genuine article, dude. Like, I've known a lot of guys that are, wanted to be punk rock and have been punk rock, whatever the hell that means, this anarchist kind of thing. But that dude, like, just right from the go, like, walked in, came, hagged out girlfriend, weird, tweaky buddy, and smoking at the cancer fundraiser. Nobody said shit. I mean, like, fucking Steve Capp was there, like, Mike McGill, Tony Hawk, like, on and on and on and on, dude.
So they're just
like, on and
Dwayne's
on.
doing it.
And they're like, Dwayne's smoking, dude, like, fucking,
It's what he does.
He's smoking other cancer people, dude, like,
So what's this for again? Cancer?
like, so gnarly, man. Yeah, so that was a really good experience. There's been a lot of good ones, but that was a great one.
I love that about skating, dude. Like, just the rebelliousness of it. Just the no F's given. Just, I don't know. I hope it's still that way. I've met a few guys around here that are that way, but I don't know, man. I love skating for like 5 or 6 years, and I feel like it's a little bit not there.
Yeah, well, I think that I think skateboarding. We talk about this all the time. Me and Marty, we work together, but I think skateboarding is a choose your own adventure situation.
Yeah,
You know,
a bit.
it's not, because it's a super simple thing that has a ton of room for expandability. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the cool thing. Is anybody
it's a
can
skateboard
do it.
wheels.
Yeah.
cheap. But to get good at it, like people that get good at skateboarding, I think that they get maybe an unspoken amount or maybe spoken amount of respect, and it says something about your character. To become a good skateboarder isn't like something everybody can do.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of hit on it a little bit earlier, to where you got, guy said, you know, yeah, I'm gonna go out here and try to kick my own ass. I'll be home for dinner. Mom.
That was me. It was like, hey, I did my homework. I hope I don't break my leg, but I'll be home if I didn't.
Yeah, and if not, then I'll, you know,
You
call
can feed me.
You'll know.
You know what I mean? So that takes a certain kind of breed, you know what I mean, to really do that, I think, you know, and I think that, you know, it's kind of, I think it takes a certain amount of person that's willing to fail again to have that glory of riding out, to feel that accomplishment.
Dude.
And that feeling, like, really, I think that's the chasing the dragon thing.
You know, talking about that for a second, I actually, it made me think. When I land a trick really quickly,
Yeah.
don't feel so good.
Yeah, kind of, like the battle's kind of the
Like, what I do there.
yeah.
Like, oh, yay, I did that 4th try.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's fantastic. It feels great every time.
I'm just happy to
I
drop
think it's
in on
every
you.
time, yeah. Well, like yesterday, we were skating out at Eric's ramp.
Dude.
Did that fakey first try.
That was something else.
Dude, and like, you know, I mean, I've been thinking about that trick. I want to do it here. I know I can do it. I've done like a ton of them. And to go up, and that feeling is definitely it's a different feeling than earning it. You know what I mean?
It's still fantastic.
Still
I mean,
fantastic.
dropped in.
Yeah.
I mean, you've dropped in on this guy, so.
Yeah.
Even if you
Right
did
here.
it, you did it first try, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should feel fantastic.
We're gonna be getting a fucking rope up here.
That looks so perfect. That was such a good idea by that one dude on your video, Marty.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like there's definitely something about like landing a trick too quickly that doesn't feel as good.
I mean, maybe I just haven't experienced as much, so maybe I will eventually, and then I'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just landing
No.
a tricks without trying.
There
Like, oh my god, I'm fucking ripping! Wow, this is crazy. I'm reading a book.
Well, I'm also street skating. These are street skating, so I go up to a spot with a trick in mind that I know I can do,
Yeah.
and then it's just like, oh, I did it. What the?
But then
I prepared all week for this.
Seems like it's a lot of kind of capturing lightning in a bottle sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
No, that's what I was gonna say. Is also equally, it feels like, yeah, I'm the shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like that right away is just like, yep, that's how good I am.
Yeah, and that's an awesome thing.
Yeah, it's such a weird. I'm just thinking about like all of it. It's such a weird emotion to land a trick, fall on a trick, all of it.
Totally.
But it does take that breed that's willing to do it.
Yeah, you know what I've been really noticing, like and we talked about this a little bit earlier, but like the whole thing of like not thinking too much, you know, like I'll find myself when we'll have sessions here, like just doing shit to like not think about the trick that I'm trying. Hey, what's going on, man? Fucking with this, like that shit going on, and you know, just trying to until it's my turn, and then I get up there and go, oh yeah, try outside here, and you know, and then I'll just, you know, so I'm not like doing this like, oh, I'm gonna paint it out of my head too much, and you know, do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I grew up playing sports.
Yeah.
So like I was always a little bit off in the skating world too because I was gonna win.
Yeah.
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 like that's not the way skaters are really.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a
Some are. I mean, you know,
Some are.
and that's the thing too. Really, the whole deal of like categorizing and stereotyping like skateboard dude shit is just it's damn near impossible. To be honest with you, because I see people how they're skateboarding and the way that they look at skateboarding and the way that they're into it and stuff. To me, I'm just all. But it's fucking awesome for them, and that's great. But it ain't my stick.
You know, when you saying that, I'll say that makes me think like you know something that is good that's changed. A lot less judgmental as skateboarders.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
we
trying to
are
keep it alive as much as possible.
being judgmental.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a
What are you
blouse?
looking at, dude? Yeah, Marby. There's this Marby that's whatever, like used to be a dude and now a gal, however that is. But Shim's sick, yeah.
Shim. I like Shim. That's a good way. I'm just gonna start doing Shim.
Marby, dude. Yeah, on Instagram, crushing it, dude. Like totally.
He's probably the dude I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like he
looked like a real secretary or something like some
dude,
like
he
chick
was
that would work at the DMV or something, like an old lady.
He was crushing it. Crushing it.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Where would you want to wear? But like I remember growing up, and if you just started skateboarding, you got called a poser really hard.
Yeah.
You remember that era?
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Well,
nobody calls anybody a poser anymore.
Right. It's super accepting, which is great.
It's great. Like I'm saying, like that's one change I do like since I've been.
When I was a kid living in Sacramento, it's kind of a fun story. When I was a kid living in Sacramento before I got my driver's license, it's before internet and all that shit. I knew skateboarding just from the skateboard magazines and the videos, VHSs, and the local guys.
My babysitter skated.
Yeah.
That's how I got it. Go on.
But these guys, like the older guys that were like 16, and up, whatever, they drove and they were good. They're all good skaters and stuff, and go see them at skate spots and backyard ramps, whatever the case is. But they would drive by, and like just cruising down the road, dude, and it was just fuel my fire, dude. Like they would drive by and yell, "Skater dive, and take off."
Dude, what?
And I was
I know that kind of stuff.
I'm like, oh, and I would just be boiling pissed, dude. Just like, oh, man. And it made me want to be a better skater, dude. To be honest with you, it pushed me to want to kick their ass next time I seen them at the Sylvan Banks or the backyard, curb or whatever, whatever's going on. I would show up and be like, oh, it's that motherfucker, dude. You know what I mean? So there was a little bit of fuel that went on the fire just by those guys making fun of me as a kid.
I had that. I was 13, just learning. The older kids at the skate park that were friends with my other friend, right? That was better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Would take him to go skateboarding.
Oh, and you left out.
And they'd leave me out because I wasn't good enough. And I was just like, nah.
Make you want to be better, though.
Yeah.
You got better.
Oh yeah. No. By the end of it, me and my homie that would like. It's not on him for saying yes. Like I would say yes.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think maybe so. And maybe just there's been so many of those situations like that. Look at what we're talking about. Maybe that's helped push skateboarding to this all-inclusive.
Well, because we're older now.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be those assholes. I mean,
Marty does,
but
Marty,
don't speak for Marty. Marty enjoys that about skateboarding. It'll love excluding people.
Get out of here, local zone, bro.
Absolutely.
But no, I think that's probably something that helps. Like maturity. Skateboarding is such a young thing in itself.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about having this spot, man. You know what I mean? Like being able to come here to our spot, be able to hang out, have our world where, hey man, I don't want to go to the public park and, all the time and have to hang out with this scooter kid or with some 14-year-old kids hanging out. It's like I'm a 47-year-old fucking man that likes to do skateboard riding. You know what I mean? I'm not a 47-year-old man that wants the pure acceptance of a 14-year-old kid. And if you do, something's fucking wrong with you, dude. You know what I mean? That's the fact of the deal, man. Yeah.
Well, and then it's like skate park etiquette, man. It's like I don't want to deal with that. I was okay dealing with that when I was younger, and like trying to teach people skate park etiquette. Coming to somewhere that everybody knows what it is.
Yeah. I hear you.
Easy peasy. Like I just no anger or scoots. Dude, the scooter trade is the thing that gets me at the skate park. What happened?
I don't really want to delve into it.
just might start cursing at kids.
I don't want to talk about it on camera, actually, to be honest with you, so,
No, I'm always super nice to the kids,
Nah,
whatever. Like, they're frustrating, but
Yeah, but they're kids, man. You know what I mean? And that's the deal. You know?
if they were on skateboards, they'd still be frustrated a bit too.
Totally. Yeah, I see kids that are on skateboards. I see grown men,
Dude, when it's
grown
a
ass
grown,
young men on skateboards,
when
they're
it's-
still like, come on, man, you know?
when it's an older adult on a skateboard that's just getting my way, it gets under my skin just a little bit more. It's just like, man, did the school system fail you?
What happened? Yeah. That's why I like having my own spot thing. I guess is way more suitable for what we got going on. I think.
Yeah,
And in the morning sessions too, to kind of add to that too. You know, like
I
morning.
still have to get.
Old dude morning sessions are a go for sure. You know, you have your Metamucil and a little thermos of coffee.
I actually do adult Pedialyte,
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
electrolyte.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe
It's-
bring something for everybody else.
Yeah, you know. No, next one I'm gonna definitely make sure to try and get to the next one.
Yeah.
They're super
fun, and you know, and that's like a contained environment. You know, it's just where it's usually like the older cats, and yeah, it's always fun, dude. Like skating with fellow older dudes is awesome because everybody's just fucking stoked if anything goes down. You know, it's not like man, toe drag. You're like, dude, fucking.
I'll give
Kids aren't killing you,
no.
you know?
I'll give a little shit on a toe. Come on, man, do it again. Like if it's like if he wasn't trying it like 10 times in a row,
Yeah.
and it was like once or twice, and he toe dragged me, I'd be like, come on.
Yeah, well,
No.
you know that person can do better than that. you
Yeah.
know? That's good for you. I mean, hey, Jim's very cool that shit off anyway. So.
My favorite thing when I used to be out there filming and trying to used to be filming, trying to break myself off.
Yeah.
My skate shop manager would always get on me if I touched the ground. On any footage, if he'd be like, bro, why you always gotta be picking up $5?
Nice.
And I was just like, fuck, I gotta go refilm this. But like, no, it's so much fun. Dude.
Yeah, I seen some of your video stuff, dude, and like your big stairs and all that kind of shit. It was funny because, you know, shout out to Nick Wilcox. So Nick showed me your footage. He goes, dude, you don't even know, dude. James May used to rap.
Yousta?
I was like, all right, well, fine. I wasn't saying he didn't, but show me. And I looked at it, man, that fool jump off some shit. Yeah.
No, it's like, this dude's still alive?
Yeah. Like, dude, he was the jump off shit guy. Nice.
And
Like
then-
Marty was the jump off shit guy.
Yeah, no, me and Marty talked about that.
Not me. I was the walk down the shit on the way to the mini ramp guy.
I'm the jump off the mini rack guy.
I know you were.
I cut that shit off when I turned 18 though. Like, then I went all like techie. Like, my favorite trick to this day, like that I landed was a switch nose slide to a shove it out to regular.
Okay, so you got body burial in there?
Like,
Well, I'm thinking back in the day, they used to call it sex change.
yeah, it was a sex change.
Well, it's body burial now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My first flip trick
We can
was
edit that
a
out, but-
sex change.
You mean body burial?
Body barrel kickflip? No, I was the weird kid that could.
You can do the body barrel, the kick flip with the body barrel. That's pretty sick.
So did we change that because that one's offensive?
I don't know. I'm totally just being sarcastic. I don't
No,
know.
I
I don't know what's happening with that. But I'm open to it, man. Sure.
If it's offending somebody, it might as well.
If somebody's getting bummed on it, fucking, we're not here to.
As long as we
We're
know
not
what-
here to yell skater not fag out the door, you know what I mean? Hey, come on in.
Yeah, no, that was my first flip trick. I couldn't do a kickflip. Like, I had to do the body barrel with it to
Yeah,
land it.
yeah.
So everybody was kickflipping and I was doing the kickflip body barrel.
Nice.
Well, no, I couldn't kickflip though.
Do you think that you could do a kickflip right here, right now?
No,
No?
no,
Come on, man, maybe this one. Just for the.
no. I definitely couldn't.
Maybe just try one. I'll try one. I don't think I can do it. I haven't done a
I'll
kickflip.
try.
If Marty tries to
Marty-
kickflip, I will definitely. Let's go!
Let me grab it, hold on. Never been done on the May show. Yeah.
Alright, I'll try first for you, Marty.
You better scoot it back here. Here we go. Yeah, better go. Hold up with the merch.
Oh yeah, I don't want to land on your second DVD or your second grind. Alright, I'm not gonna go. Alright,
See, we get this together.
alright, one more.
3 tries.
3 tries.
1.
Couldn't do it. Well, it's the whole like standing in place and thing too.
Sounds like an excuse.
It is. That's one thing I always tell people is like, if you're learning to kickflip, do roll. It's way easier to learn. Oh, my second. See, we both got the second one kind of good. All right. Oh boy.
Now for the real deal. Kickflip your leg off for John Connor. Let's see it.
The trick is getting on without holding on to anything.
Oop.
Fuck yeah, Marty.
Okay, all right. You need the wall.
Yeah, oh, we're getting back, alright.
All right.
Oh. All right. Getting on.
Well, that can count as one if you want. You got 2 more.
Oh, I don't think you should.
He's got it.
We had this, right?
No, we're just running it live. This is it.
Okay.
I don't edit any of this.
I don't even know what you're showing, guys.
No, I don't think you should do it at all, really. Hey, let's end this here. Grab that shirt. This was a great conversation.
All right,
Jason Olsen,
All right,
this was great, guys. Thank you for joining us. We did a little something different in the Yousta warehouse here. Go out to their website and always go to northspokaneapothecary.com, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again.
And this is for you.
Oh!